Testing. Oh, we sound good. Crispy. It's an episode of alliteration today. We're talking about protein on the pain, performance, and Pahada. There's just alliteration everywhere. I don't know what the obsession with the letter P is. It just happened that way. Maybe you'll remember it. Welcome back to another episode of the Pain, Performance, and Pahada podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Nick Smith. I'm a licensed physical therapist and strength and conditioning coach for jiu-jitsu and other combat athletes. Today, we are going to talk about protein. I have this package next to me from Legion. Those of you who don't know, I have a little bit of an agreement with Legion, and I've been using their products for a while, recommended them to a lot of different people. I reached out, and now we collaborate together. It's pretty awesome. But today's topic, we're going to talk about protein. If you follow me on Instagram, I talk about protein a lot. I think protein is one of, I arguably think it's the most important macronutrient that we don't ingest a lot of. I don't think people have an issue with eating carbs. It's pretty easy. Hyper palatable foods are usually carbohydrate filled and fat filled, but not a lot of people get protein. And general recommendation, especially for grapplers, if you're participating in the sport a couple times a week, you're lifting weights, should be having about a gram of protein a day per pound of body weight that you weigh. So if you're 175 pounds, you should eat about 175 grams of protein a day, which is kind of a lot. If you were to actually track it, you would be wildly shocked how much or how little you actually eat. And it's one of those macronutrients where you can't just I intuitively eat enough. Not a lot of people actually intuitively eat enough protein. Unless you're just consuming pounds of red meat, which I do understand that some people do. But the vast majority of athletes that I work with do not eat enough protein. I, as a coach, as somebody myself, always strays towards wanting people to get their protein sources from whole foods. Meaning, meat, any kind of meat, beef, chicken, fish, pork, turkey, whatever. You can get it from other various dairy products, from milk. Greek yogurt is great, eggs, great. But I would want you to get the majority, if possible, from those things, because those have other vitamins and other, micronutrients that are really important. So getting, I mean, as close to 100% as possible from that. But I also understand that a lot of you guys are on the go. Not everybody has, a professional chef cooking for them. And some of you guys just need to make things happen. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you got to commute to work and you don't have a lot of time to get that food in. And one of the ways that I really like to help this out, and this is why it's, even though it is technically a food, I still consider it a supplement, is protein. So I have this fresh box here. We're going to open this baby up. You hear that? Oh, yeah. Fresh box. I haven't opened this up. I'm opening it for you guys. So, hopefully I didn't mess this up, but this is my protein order. So, protein is definitely something that I consume quite a bit of. Just because I should have used the Dragon Dagger. If it was actually sharp enough, just cut through this. It would have been awesome. But it's not. It's not sharp. It's dull. So I'm going to go through the flavors that I get. And also, oh, dude, there's a lot in here. Hell yeah. Not only what I get, but also what I like to pair it with. Because sometimes, you just have it as a protein shake. And that's fine, but sometimes you can supercharge your meals. You can add some stuff to things you already consume and beef it up by, 20 to 25 grams, depending on, what kind of protein you have. So we're going to go through this together. This will be fun. Ooh, nice. We got birthday cake. So birthday cake is pretty versatile. I got two things of birthday cake. Dude, let's fucking go. Okay, so birthday cake. Really like this one. I'm going to take these out one at a time. Well, the reason why I like birthday cake, it's got a vanilla taste, right? If you like funfetti cupcakes, this is your jam. This goes with anything. It's vanilla. You can't really F it up. So I put this in my coffee. I make this with protein pancakes, like Kodiak cakes. I'll make this just straight. I know people do this with the Ninja Creamy to make ice cream. It's pretty good. I put this with cereal. So if I mix this with my milk, I'll mix this with cereal. It tastes really, really good. Very, very versatile. Really can't go wrong with birthday cake. If you're like a little risk averse on which one you want to use, this is a simple one. Next one. Ooh, I've tried this one once. So this is caramel coconut fudge cookie, which is basically just Samoa cookies. If you're into Girl Scout cookies, I really wanted to try this one because I feel like, as with this one too, this will probably taste incredible with oatmeal, and probably some kind of like basic, cereal or granola, something. I would be hard pressed to think this would probably taste pretty good with Greek yogurt also, and yeah, I would probably even do this with pancakes. This would probably taste bomb. So caramel coconut fudge cookie. I will give you a full report on this one, but I definitely wanted to try this one out again. And the last time I had this was years ago, so this will be a good one to test out. Let's see what else we got in here. Ooh, okay. Nice. So we got strawberry banana. This one's been actually one of my favorites. Strawberry banana is bomb. Strawberry banana is just like, especially in the summer, it just hits. It's so good. Yeah, this one I have a ton. I'll mix it sometimes with like a greens powder just to kind of like make it not taste like chalk. The protein pancakes I make, this is my new favorite flavor, and I'll top it with bananas and strawberries too. It's really mellow. This also goes great with oatmeal. It goes great with cereal, like if you're going to make protein milk. Strawberry banana is pretty hard to miss. So if you like that flavor combination, it's good. And I'm going to dig into these products a little bit more and why I like Legion so much. My last one is my personal favorite, chocolate hazelnut. So the reason why I'm obsessed with chocolate hazelnut is because, I'm going to put these on the other side. Mix it up. We got 2 chocolates. We got a flavor. We're just going to surround myself in protein. So the reason why I like chocolate hazelnut, this is my choice for coffee. I've gone through a lot of different flavors. I have protein coffee every single morning. Cannot emphasize it enough. It's my way of getting protein in, a little bit of calories before training, and not feeling like, terrible. Because I'll train at 6 a.m., but I'm up at 4 to do some, work stuff. And getting a few calories in, get something to kind of get the digestion going is really nice. So first thing in the morning, I'll throw the protein coffee in with a scoop or a couple scoops of creatine, and that's down the hatch while I'm working. Computer's out, and I'm just like, it looks like this. But the chocolate hazelnut is my absolute favorite flavor to mix with that. There's another cinnamon cereal that tastes pretty good with that, and then I think there's salted caramel. That one's really good if you like your coffee a little bit more sweet. The birthday cake is actually incredible with coffee, but this one is really mellow. It's not super sweet. It blends well with coffee. Highly recommend. Now, something that I really do appreciate about this is there's no artificial flavors. Everything is isolate. It's an isolate protein. Very easy to digest. As somebody who is sort of, I guess, on the spectrum of of lactose intolerance as of getting into my 30s, hello 30s, this is something that I digest super, super well. I have no issues with it. Everybody I've talked to that's tried this, they said it feels really good. It doesn't make them feel bloated. They're not farting all over the place. Flavor's good. Other thing about Legion, just shameless plug, they have a 100% money back guarantee. So even if you just try one of these flavors and you're like, this sucks, I hate this flavor, if you message them, they will either refund your money entirely, or they'll just be like, keep it, no problem, pick another flavor. And they're really good about that. So their customer service is A1. Not a lot of other companies have that kind of customer service with somebody that has, just being able to have the third party tested, everything is like what you see is what you get. There's no added proprietary blends, any of that. So if there is a efficacious dose based on literature, they're putting that in here. So there's no pulled punches. With their other products, everything is great. Cannot recommend their protein enough. So shameless plug. Here's some Legion, just because I got it. Figured I'd open it in front of you guys. I'm gonna put these away. We'll talk a little bit more about protein because protein's fun. So, from a lot of people know about why protein's important from a performance standpoint, right? Protein helps fuel the muscles, helps you grow, promotes protein synthesis. But a lot of people don't know it actually helps with recovery as well. When you are going through an injury, it's actually recommended you eat a little bit more in terms of calories, so your body can use that fuel to heal. And one of the things I always try to tell people is like, hey, if you're going to be going through this injury, you got to be eating at least another serving of protein. Whatever your normal amount is, hopefully you're hitting that 1 gram, but I recommend even more than that. 10 to 15% increase in calories is kind of what the research has said. That might be changed, but last I've heard. And I recommend that just come from protein. Just keep it simple. Something like just adding another scoop of protein powder is something really easy you can implement right away. So everybody knows about the performance side of things. Take protein, right? Now, with that comes some myths, right? So one of the myths that often comes up is like, oh, you have this ideal metabolic window, and you have to, post-workout, you have a very shortened time frame. And if you don't have protein in that amount of time, you're going to lose your gains. Guess what? That's not true anymore. It's so cool. When I was growing up in high school, we always thought like, oh shit, if I don't have protein within 15, 30 minutes, my workout was worthless. I got nothing. They actually did research on it. That's complete bullshit. You can have, as long as you have protein in your system and your body can utilize it and shuttle it for fuel and build it, you can have it whenever, as long as there's something in your system. So if you had, 25 grams, an hour before workout, guess what? It's going to be within that metabolic window. So if you're consuming protein consistently throughout the day, you're good. You don't have to worry about it. Have some before you train, after you train, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Get 1 gram per day. You're solid. Another myth that people talk about is that there used to be this, you can only consume this much amount of protein because that's all your body can digest. And that number used to be pretty small. It was like 15, 20 grams. I think then it started to go up, 20, 25. What they actually came to find out is you can have as much protein as you want. It's great. Now, you may not utilize it immediately, but if it's in your system, you will actually digest it. You'll break it down. It'll be used over a course of time. So let's say, for example, you're somebody who's like, dude, I can get 100 grams of protein in at breakfast because lunch is not an option for me. And then I can have like a moderate dinner or whatever. Like, hey, I can have one snack and dinner. And you can have 100 grams of protein in the morning. Do it. That's a great time to do it. Your body's going to have it in your system. If you work out or if you had just trained because you're a morning trainer, it's going to be there. You can utilize it. There's no cap on that number. If anybody tells you otherwise, they don't know what they're talking about. So run with it. Have as much protein as you need to. Make sure you get 1 gram a day. That's the one big takeaway for today. There's some other myths around, if you have too much protein, it's going to be bad for your kidneys. There's not so much research to support that as well. There are very, very, very few circumstances where a high protein diet is going to be problematic. In terms of energy utilization, in terms of metabolic availability, your hunger cravings, protein is going to help you stay in a really, really good caloric area. If you're eating a sufficient amount of protein, it's really hard to overeat because you're so concerned about getting that protein in, and those things are very satiating. Also, protein is more thermogenic than fat and carbohydrates, meaning it requires more calories. It's negligible, but your body requires more energy to break that down. So having more protein in general, if you're in a weight loss phase, is really, really important. So, I could go on and on about this forever, but basically, if you're going to take one thing away from today, start tracking your protein, find out how much you are actually taking in, figure out what those sources are. Next, I want you to figure out how much you weigh or whatever you want to weigh in at competition day. That's another good way to do it. If you want to compete at a certain level, I want you to aim for 1 gram of protein per pound that you're trying to be at on competition day. And I want you to prioritize your meals around what your protein source is. Make that the highlight. It can come in any form that you want, whatever your preference is. If you like variety, great. If you don't like variety and you're a psychopath, then eat the same fucking thing every day. I don't care. But get 1 gram a day per pound of body weight that you have. Eat more protein, get more gains, more muscle, jacked and tan, hot boy summer. That's it. I'm going to throw you guys a code. I got a little plug with Legion. So anytime you use my code, you get BOGO 50%. So if you were to buy one of those bags of protein, you get your second one at 50% off. That goes for any product that you want to get off Legion. So protein, creatine, whatever you're into. There's vitamins, omega-3s, fish oils, a lot of stuff I like to use personally. If you need that list of things, I will shoot it over to you. But use the code, save yourself some money. If you're going to buy supplements, you might as well make a little bit of money on yourself. It's BOGO 50 for your first order. Anything after that, it's double loyalty points. So if you spend a certain amount of money, you get some money back. You get to get some free items. It's nice. And if you're listening to this, it's probably the middle of the July 4th sale. So I think on top of that, you may already get BOGO 50 anyway. You're going to get a huge deal. I think you get some gift cards if you spend a certain amount of money. If you're going to spend the money, might as well get some money back. So I'll drop that link in the show notes. If you've got questions about protein or anything else that I didn't cover today, please always feel free to reach out with me in the show notes. You can connect with me on Instagram, anywhere you want. Till next time, remember, pain is not something you should fear, just something you should respect. This is the way. See you.